Hey guys, Big Air 01 here, coming at you with a video on my 2016 WR250R. In this video we're going to talk about 5 things that I did not like or don't like about my WR250R. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So I want to start off by saying I do love this bike. There's a lot of things that really made me want to purchase this bike. So this is by no means a slag on my WR250R. There's just little things that I'd like to maybe upgrade in the future. So first off, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I think I'm reaching now 750 subscribers on my channel. Much appreciated, and thank you for all you guys' support. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is this bike in stock form. So what I mean by stock is, as you can see, I've got an aftermarket exhaust on my bike, but this bike comes very smogged up. This bike definitely comes with a lot of pollution stuff that I ended up removing, and if you want to check all the mods that I've done on my bike, you can check out it on my channel. But I want to start off by saying the AIS system that was there, your XF system on your exhaust and stuff like that, and then of course, this bike seems to come pretty lean. So one of the upgrades I did do was a fuel controller on it, which has had zero issues, and if I was to say anything about that, that's probably one of the best bolt-on mods that you can have to put on this bike. But yeah, stock, this thing sounds like a sewing machine. Yeah, some people like quiet motorcycles, but I personally would rather be heard so that motorists around me know that I'm around and they're not going to try to potentially kill me or run me over. So that's probably one of the things that I don't like about the stock. It's definitely a little bit underpowered for a 250 from what I'm used to, but with a few upgrades, I mean, the bike is a fun bike to ride now. So that would be the first thing that I would say. If you have any questions about what I've done, definitely leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Or you can just check out my channel. You can see all the upgrades that I've done to my bike. So definitely, that's the first thing I didn't like about this bike. It's certainly underpowered. Eventually, I'd like to do like the Athena kit on it, but that's about $1,000. So I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't needed to, but I mean, I have done the exhaust, the fuel controller, and the airbox, and I've programmed my fuel controller. So those are the things that have helped this motor open up, and obviously taking off all of the smog stuff. Second thing I don't like about this motorcycle is this 2-gallon tank. It only goes about 160 kilometers before the before the gas light comes on, which only gives you like another 20-30 kilometers before you run out. I've never run out on this thing, but obviously I'm worried about it. Only 150 kilometers. It's not really the greatest bike for adventuring if you're planning on, at least in stock form. You could upgrade that tank, which is one of the videos I want to do in the future on my bike, but just haven't gotten the funds together to be able to do that. But definitely something that I didn't like was the amount of times that you're spending at the gas station. So the third thing I'd like to talk about that I didn't really like about the bike was that it came stock with a 43 tooth rear sprocket. It comes with an O-ring chain, which is fine. It's always good to have better protection, and it's a quieter chain than what I have on there currently. And then on the front, you have a 13 tooth sprocket. So one of the things that a lot of WR250R owners complain about is the gearing. It certainly could be a lot better stock. I mean, a 43 tooth sprocket is great for to be in on the road and stuff like that. But it's not really good for torque. So like if you want to wheelie over a log, or a lot of guys are wheeling and stuff like that, they want to do power wheelies instead of clutch wheelies. you know, I mean, it just depends on your style of riding. But for me personally, I switched to a 47-inch tooth on the rear, and I kept the stock of 43, and I upgraded obviously a couple cosmetic things, and I just have a regular DID chain, like it's not an O-ring chain or anything like that. So you know, that's something that has helped the bike tremendously in the off the line power and being able to torque up. And you know, a lot of guys talk about upgrading this to like a 12 or a 14 tooth. I would say keep it at a 13. A lot of guys say that if you can see in here, this wears and it ends up wearing on your swing arm. I've got about 8,000 kilometers on my bike right now, and I'm not even close to touching with a 47-inch or 47 tooth sprocket and a 13 on the front. So, but I mean, it's still pretty young in its life. It's gonna have a long life ahead of it, I'm sure. As you can see, still have the stock tires on it. So, but that would be the third thing I'm not a big fan of. Should definitely upgrade your gearing to something a little bit more like a 47 or even up to a 49, depending on how much torque you want to get out of this bike. Forgot to mention that when you do upgrade your chain or your sprocket to a 47, you know, you need to upgrade your chain as well to either 110 or 112 link, depending on how big you end up going. So that's something that keep in mind. If you do upgrade your rear sprocket, you're gonna have to upgrade your chain to a longer chain as well. So keep that in mind. Fourth thing I'm not a big fan of was the stock seat. So you can sort of see it's not super wide. You know, there's a little bit of a difference here on each side, but it does kind of swing in here a little bit, so there is a bit of a difference there. You know, but this stock seat is a bloody 2x4. The thing was so solid. I mean, it's fine, I guess, if you're standing a lot and you're doing, you know, a lot of jumps and stuff like that, and you know, you're never standing. But if you're doing like long time sitting and you're just wanting to have a more comfortable ride, definitely upgrade your seat. This seat felt like a 2x4, and after about 15 minutes, it was hard on the old tushy there. So I upgraded to the Seat Concepts standard fit. It is a little taller, but it is softer. It's got the grip top and the carbon fiber sides. I definitely noticed a difference on the longer rides about this. So definitely a worthy upgrade, but the stock one by far is not a very good seat. The last thing I want to talk about is the fifth thing that I didn't really like about, or I don't like about this bike, that eventually I will be upgrading, is the rear suspension. Now, again, this is a complaint by a lot of WR250R owners that you need to get the rebound fixed on the stock monoshock that's in the back. I mean, there's lots of adjustments that you can do, but I don't know how much that actually does. I mean, the only adjustment that I've really done to it was set the sag when I bought it. That was about it. So, but I mean, you know, what I mean is when you're going over jumps or bumps and stuff like that, the fork or the shocks push down so fast that it actually bucks you. And so what it'll do is it'll cause you to kind of come off the seat, and it feels like the ass end is basically just going to flip you off the bike. So I haven't really noticed it myself, but I know that that's a beef that a lot of people have. I don't do a lot of jumps on my bike, so, but I do notice it going through some kind of potholes and stuff like that, where it could be a little bit softer or a little bit better dampening. But again, it's a minor thing that I don't like about it. I mean, I weigh about 190 pounds, so it's not a huge deal for me, but I do know that it is a complaint by a lot of WR250R owners. It just depends on how much riding you do. So like I do mostly riding on the street. As you can see, it's more of a pavement princess right now, but and I do occasionally take it off road. It's more of a commuter for me. So, but I enjoy riding this bike. This bike overall is a great little bike. You know, it does what it needs to do. It's cheap on fuel. other than having to go to the gas station once a week on my commute every day. But I mean, you know, thankfully I don't have far to go to work, but you know, at the same time, it's certainly something that is a grief of mine. So overall, though, this bike is certainly a great little bike, and you can't really go wrong with this. If you guys want to see a video on all the things that I do like about this bike, let me know in the comment section below. I love working on this bike. It's super easy to work on, and you know, it's treated me well. I've only ridden it about, like I said, 8,000 kilometers. You know, one of the last things that kind of is a beef of mine is how much upgrades you actually have to do to it. But at the same time, I do enjoy doing it, and I'm probably going to own this bike my whole life. So it doesn't matter how much money I put into it, it's still going to be something that I enjoy doing, and I want it to be exactly the way I want it to be. So I do have a couple videos in the future coming on this bike. So please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, or like this video, share it, or make any kind of comment down below as to what you feel about this bike yourself. And yeah, so I think that's going to do it for this video. I wanted to kind of do an update on my WR250R so that you know, again, I have quite a few subscribers out there that watch my channel for my bike. So thanks for watching.